Hello, hello, welcome on in. So I brought the camera closer to me today so it's just real intimate and right up in the face because that's the energy right now in this eclipse, new moon, fire horse, new year energy. A lot of people are picking at each other's energy, pulling on each other's energy, wanting to be in your space, your private, personal space, sometimes a little bit longer than necessary. I feel lost, I feel this, I feel that. And you're like, hey, I'm just trying to hang out myself. So I just wanted to really let you feel that and be able to be aware of that with this proximity, okay? So by the way, for those that don't know, I'm Annie Carol Porter, the concierge therapist, and I tap into collective energy. I say, bring forth a message of what needs to be heard at the moment. And then the last segment is hypnosis. And so if you are new, please just listen to the first half. When you get into the hypnosis, make sure you're not driving or operating machinery. The best way is just to be reclined and setting back. And so if you are in a place that you can't do that, you can always just listen to this part. When we get to the hypnosis, save it for later, okay? So anyway, in this energy, you're purging a lot, you're decluttering a lot. I've been saying that for weeks. People come in phases of where they are, right? And so there tends to be, light workers and, people who are a little bit more, tapped into their abilities, get a little head start most of them. And so a lot of decluttering and everything, but like now everybody is feeling that purge. And listen, whatever feelings that are coming up right now, just sit with those because that is what is meant to be felt in this moment, okay? That, feeling frustrated about other people's energy pulling on you, wanting your time, the energy exchange might not be exactly what you're looking for, but also things that you had in your life that you thought you were going to have for a really long time, people, places, things that they just are not aligning with you anymore. And again, that's another message I've been saying for a few weeks. It's the ascension. It's ascension into this new earth. And when people say new earth, it's not like a new earth just comes and like knocks on the door and like, hey, we're the new earth. Like, no, it's this ascension that we're going through, that these phases like the eclipse and all this buildup of into this new earth, and the frequency change of human beings. Really, I mean, human beings are what are the frequency that we are putting out, these changes, these ascensions that we're making, is what makes that new earth energy, right? And in that energy, I said it last year, I predicted, and I'm going to continue to say that people are going to stop consuming as much. You are already feeling that energy. Like, I'm tired of overconsumption. We've been seeing more and more DIY coming up over the years, and people going back to that because, for one thing, the economy, and it's a lot, you're going to save money doing things yourself, but because it also becomes fun to be more tapped into that creative energy, because that's what that new earth is inviting. And, over consumerism we're going to watch that just kind of fall. It's going to, it's going to be a slow trickle, but it's going to happen. And it's going to kind of be like, trying to be a restaurant in New York. If you don't have it, you aren't going to make it very long. And so products that are being put out are going to have to be top of the line, because people are just they're watching their pockets. But also in that ascension, becoming more worthy, feeling more self-worth, and that creativity. So it's going to spark new things, new ways to bring in money, and not rely so much on these old 3D matrix things that we've been doing. And so here's where I want to invite you to allow yourself once again to really feel that energy, sit in that void of what's going on, that void of the purge. Be careful not to purge so much that you don't have a piece of furniture left or a piece of a clothing item. You know, you got to take care of yourself, but yeah, you're just like, you look around at the things that you have around you and you're like, I know what this is. I recognize it, like, but it's the old me. And I just feel like that part died. We've moved on from that, you know. We're stepping into this new, better version of self. And congratulations if you're feeling that, because that's you stepping into your higher self. Cutting out all the things that do not align with you, whatever that may be. But guess what? Sending it off with love, sending it off with care and appreciation. And you know, sometimes we don't even, you know, it's just send lots of blessings. Some things we don't completely cut out, but we can see there's a definite distance, there's a definite change, there's evolvement, right? And so, yeah, the less consumerism, declutter, finding out what the new stuff is for you. You might not even know. You might be in, again, a void of going, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it feels like, smells like, tastes like. But I know all this old stuff, it ain't it. It's not it. And it will not do. You know what I mean? And that's okay. That's really okay to be there. You know, it is a necessary shift. It's a necessary change. And while I'm talking about change and shifting, we just came out of that Hangman Pisces, perspective shift thinker, that constant, the last video I put out was that constant perspective shift. But listen, we've moved on out of that. And it's, you know, catch up, because, you know, it's good to have perspective shifts. We always want them, but staying in that hangman energy, looking at things upside down for too long, you can lose footing, you know. It's good to, you know, get the different philosophies and the thoughts, but get grounded, turn right side up, be that full, ready for action, ready for new energy, ready for excitement and adventure, because that's where we're headed. And in that fire horse energy, I talked about that pulling back the rubber band, bam, it's popped. Rally up, get ready to go, ride this energy, have fun with it the best you can, and try not to stay, if you are like, things are crumbling down and you're moving things out, do it quickly, and get rid of the old, bring in the new, make space for the new, to whatever that looks like for you. And that's something I always say, show up empty and let that cup be filled, right? And so also, when talking about the things that you are aligning with, showing the universe, hey, like, God, universe, there's been so many blessings. Thank you so much for all of the stuff that you brought to me. You brought, we don't always know why things happen, but I've been provided for, I've been taken care of. But there's times and places for everything, and all of that served me so well. But it's time to toss the fish back in, or whatever it is, and say, I'm ready to show God and the universe, like, that stuff was really good, But I know that there's more, and I know that there's better. And I have faith and trust in that. And so you're putting more faith and trust into, the universe, God, more so than you have. And that was something that we were building up in 2024 and 2025. We were being tested in trust and patience and worth. It was like that tower crumble moment of your ego and everything that you thought was, the old patterns that were serving you just aren't. And so you're ready to say, hey, this can be scary. This can be knee-jerking. This can be frustrating. This can be sad. This can be lonely because, like I said, when you're not resonating with people, places, things you always have, yeah, it can put you in those places. That's that void. Sit in it because that is where you'll grow. That is where you'll grow the most, okay? And you're going to come out shining and sparkling, and you're just going to be so squeaky clean, like little ding. And you're going to be so ready for the adventure of what's to come. And so let's get into the hypnosis. So I'm going to give you just a moment to get into a place of settling in. Get your feet reclined, get a blankie if you need it. And we're just going to kind of make this a little bit quick. Just kind of get in and get out with it because you got the message. And that's the energy is, I'm not here to sit around and pull back the rubber band and talk for 30 minutes. I'm here to be in your face, just like this eclipse is, showing you this energy. I'm here to be quick and rip it off like a Band-Aid because that's what's happening with everybody. And I just want you to get aware of that, get your grounding, get your footing with that. Hear, see, feel, taste it, and try it and walk it around, but enjoy, just enjoy, give yourself grace and space, okay? All right, let's do it. Okay, laying back now, settling on in. And when you're ready, just go ahead and close your eyes. And let's take those 3 deep breaths slowly and deeply as you begin to release, relax, let go, letting it go. Coming on down out of the tree, hanging upside down, looking at all the different ways. Get your footing. Rally up. Let's go. And so now just focusing on that natural, normal rhythm of breathing and bringing attention to your feet. And I want you to soften the body from toe to head. And I want you to just kind of imagine coming in through your feet like an ocean wave. So imagine, picture, pretend, have the thought of, visualize this ocean wave coming in. And that precious salt water just washing over you, through you, over you, around you, and then just takes it out into the ocean. And just let Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, just do whatever it is that she sees fit with that. Into a beautiful cycle of some sort. And you just breathing, and you're just feeling the sun on your face, the warmth on your face. And if you don't like sand, put yourself in a forest, and put yourself down in a healing pool of fresh water. Not too cold, not too warm. Or perhaps you just make it whatever temperature feels just right for you. And then just let that water trickle down and let it go. Taking it on down wherever it is intended to go, wherever its purpose is. And when speaking of purpose, that's becoming more important than ever before for you. Because as we come into this new earth and we're thinking about all the creative possibilities and the things that didn't serve us, perhaps that's even career changes for you. Or perhaps you're moving to a new place or buying a new home or a new car. Maybe you are getting new furniture. And looking at all the new and saying, okay, what is my purpose? If the, say the end of the world came and say money was no longer a thing, and all you needed was a purpose, you'd be trading or just something to do in the day, what would that be? And, you're a multifaceted person. You have lots of purposes, perhaps. And so what are all of those purposes? And in this new growth, this is the perfect time to allow those to come flowing in. If you don't know, and if you do know, let it come in and shape and mold it. Let the co-creation of God and the universe, your angels, your spirit team help you mold and shape it into what's perfect for you in the divine timing. Because sometimes we don't know, or sometimes we have an idea, but we just don't know what that's going to develop into. And it comes to the most amazing surprise sometimes, what comes our way and molds and shapes that we just never saw coming. And that usually tends to be your purpose, is when you get that calling. That inner voice, that higher self says this way, that way. Over here, be in this place at this time. And that's that, going with the flow and allowing yourself to show up in the right place at the right time. And so you continue to loosen the reins. And as you do, you feel the fascia of your whole body just relaxes. The nervous system beginning to regulate. And if you don't feel regulated right now, guess what? Things get broken down to be rebuilt. So if you're in that breaking down period, guess what's coming? Beauty, wonderment, everything that you ever hoped for, because you are learning how to get into alignment with all of your dreams, all of your wishes, all of your goals. Those perspective shifts that you had, that you were like, ooh, that actually served me. I like the way that makes me feel. I don't know what that is, but I like it. It didn't come the way I thought it would. But I thought it was going to be in a different package, but I like it. And maybe you like it for a few weeks and then something else comes. It's okay to change your mind. It's okay to go down a path and say, you know what, this path is not made for me anymore. And I know that's scary. But here's another opportunity to just shift like the wind. Use the elements to help guide you through these changes, drinking the water to help the energy move through you, staying grounded to the earth, stable, but don't be so stable that you can't flow. And that's one of the things that is so great about Qigong is you're stable in that horse stance, yet you're flowing that energy all around and on through you. So finding that footing, finding that balance. And being okay while you're adjusting to these things, being okay and feeling safe and secure in that shifting space, because it's not always been easy for you to change. Matter of fact, you used to be very stubborn to it. Old traditions, old habits, not questioning why, but just doing them because that was just what you were told, or that was just always the way you did. You don't know why you bought Del Monte ketchup. You just did. I don't know why I've always used Tide my whole life. I just did. And you're like, I don't have to do this just because my mom and my grandmother did and my friends do. And I can march to the beat of my own drum. I can have my own personality. I don't have to people please. I can do what makes me happy, because that's becoming the most important thing to you, is choosing yourself. Let's take it deeper. So in a moment, I'm going to start counting backwards from 5 to 0. When I reach 0, you'll enter the hypnotic sleep with your permission. And so wherever you are, if you're still in that pool of the water trickling down you and washing over you and taking it to the corners of the earth and down and around and all around the globe, and maybe you're on the beach and that water is still just continuing to wash over you. Okay, now let's get up and let's dry off. But before we do, let's take it deeper at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And now I'm going to invite you to rise to the occasion. Get up and rise to the occasion. Go get whatever it is that you want. All those things that you always wanted to do, go do them. Those things that you wanted, go get them. Start showing God and the universe, your angel, start showing that you are worthy, because you are. Start showing that you are ready, because you're willing. And start showing that you're in alignment, because you are getting more in tune and adjusted with your frequency each and every day, to make those positive changes, to bring in exactly what you wish, to bring the magic in your life. And knowing that anything and everything is possible, especially with hypnosis. And so now, as you're standing there, the earth begins to rumble beneath your feet, but yet you feel safe and secure because you're grounding and you've been rising. The earth begins to lift you up on its own plateau made just for you. You begin to feel, imagine, picture, visualize, pretend, have the thought of the wings of an eagle, or the wings of a hawk, maybe even an owl. Owl represents change, but the hawk and the eagle have been very significant this week. I've been seeing them a lot, and it's because you're either already soaring, and congratulations if that's where you are, or you are beginning to soar. And congratulations, because that's where you're headed. And so rise with the heat beneath you. Feeling that pot, those juices that we've been cooking and boiling and steaming, just getting hotter and hotter and hotter until you can't stand it in that old pot of soup. And it lights that fire under your butt. And you go and you soar. And at first, it might look like a baby bird trying for the first times, and that's okay. Because you know how to be on the ground and you know how to go higher. Because we're working here on the chakras and that balance and that divine feminine and masculine balance within all the time. And so you can soar into the cosmos and you can be grounded under the earth. And you're learning to be a part of both and making that one. And so, as above, so below, as below, so above. And it becomes in harmony. Continue to love the soar. Continue to love the wind in your face. Continue to love all of the beautiful things coming. Go higher and higher and higher and shoot for the stars, over the moon, around the sun, back down again. And for those that are just first taking flight, enjoy. You've got all the tools to fly. And if you need more tools, just keep coming back here. I'll keep giving them to you all the time. And if you ever want to go deeper, you always can right here. Go deeper and deeper. Deeper into that work, deeper into that soaring. Where are you? Are you still healing? Come on. Get it healed, let's go. It's time to move in that fire horse energy. Get out of that perspective shift and let's go. And so now we're going to begin to let all the images fade away. I'm going to count up to 5. And so reinforcing the good, the positive, and the true at 0. Coming up now out of hypnosis at 1 with the cleansing inhale and release. 2, becoming aware where you place yourself, the room you're in. 3, this renewed, wonderful sense of well-being all around and all through you, moving through the shifts, purging out the old, turning yourself upside right, and headed into your true north as you soar into this fire horse energy, into this new year, into the future, going into Aries season, going into March, April, and so on. And now 4 more alert and 5, eyes open, wide awake and alert. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake and alert. I hope you enjoyed that session. If you ever want to work one-on-one with me, those sessions are way deeper, way curtailed just to you. You get a recording with your voice, your name in it, all the things that curtail just to you. And it's super, super powerful and incredible. And I could go on for days for all the things that hypnosis has done for me and my clients. But yeah, okay. Have a wonderful day. Go get them and go get whatever it is that you need to go get. Go get it before it's too late, right? Go get it. Whatever's meant for you is not going to pass you by. But things don't wait around forever, right? And somebody else will come in and snatch whatever that is you want because they showed the universe that it was their turn by getting into that frequency and aligning with whatever it is, right? So it might not, if you don't get up, it might be somebody else's turn, and you never want to miss a turn, right? You do not want to miss your turn. So get up, get going, let's go. Have a great day. Love you all. Bye.